Hey guys, so today we're going to be looking at more petty revenge stories. Yeah, let's just get right into the video. A friend wouldn't look at my car, so I pretended to be very unimpressed by her new car. I got a new car a while back and it was a big deal for me. It was the very first new car I ever bought. I'm almost 30, so it's not a big deal for most of my friends. My one friend, Mary, would always roll her eyes when I talked about my old car because it was so crappy and say, get a new car, as if it was as easy as that. Oh, Mary! Not everyone has the money for a new car, okay? Like how you can't tell a homeless person to just get a house. I hate people like Mary. So after years of saving, I decided to buy a new car. Tariffs sped up my timeline because I was worried about paying extra. I was driving my sister and roommate all around because it was a new car I was excited about. So naturally, I offered to drive to Mary's house. My sister asked if I had told Mary about my new car, and I said that I hadn't because I figured Mary wouldn't care. I also knew it would hurt my feelings if she didn't care because that's what you do for friends. You check out their new car and applaud their success. I didn't want to find out if she cared or not because I knew I would get my feelings hurt. Mary's a shitty friend, honestly. Yeah, she's one of those people. She's like, oh, you got a new car? Finally. About time. But it doesn't even look good. Like, how much do you spend on it? That's what you can afford. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they're never happy for you. Those kind of people are shitty. So my sister called Mary while we were driving over and told her that I bought a new car and to come check it out. Mary waited for us to pull up, opened the door, stuck her head out and said, oh nice. We are training the puppy not to jump on people, so don't pet him when you first get inside. Then close the door without looking at my car. Always trying to make it about herself, hey? Oh nice. Yeah, but here's my puppy. We're just training her and she's so cute and adorable. Come in. You're not even gonna be like, oh my god, I'm so happy for you. Mary, you don't deserve friends. My feelings were hurt, but I also knew that I was being sensitive. I also thought there would be no value in telling her that my feelings were hurt because I didn't want to have to sit through her saying, well, nice, looking at my car when it would be so clearly forced. I figured that if she ever got another car, I would just be petty and return the same energy. I also thought it would take years for her to get a new car because she needed to get her current one paid off. Well, 2 months after I bought my car, Mary's was hit by a drunk driver and totaled while sitting outside the house. Today she offered to pick me up in her brand new car, bought less than a week ago, to go to a mutual friend's pool party. I got in without mentioning anything about her car. Whenever she mentioned the car at all, I ignored that particular topic and focused on something else. When we got to the pool party, the host came out to oh and ah over the new car, but I just walked inside. On the drive home, she couldn't hold it in anymore and was way less subtle. This car gets 30 miles per gallon, so I said mine gets 40. Then she tried showing off her camera and I just said, oh, that's nice. Very unenthusiastically. I could tell it bothered her. It was tiny, it was petty, and maybe a better friend wouldn't do it. But I can't be the bigger person anymore. Good! They shouldn't be. They should just drop Mary out of their lives because seriously, why would you want a friend like Mary? Hello? Every single time you hang out with her, it's going to feel like a competition about who's better. Hell no. I don't need those people. Why? Why would you even want that in your life? Every single time you hang out, they're going to be like, well, what did you do today? Yeah, I did this. Yeah, well, I did that better. Okay, Mary, get out. My competitive friend was always insulting my wine, so I tricked him into sampling and insulting his own. During the pandemic, I started making wines, beers, and meads for my friends. At the time, we lived in a country where it was hard to get alcohol, and due to the virus, we were all locked out of a primary supplier for over a year. No one could get alcohol, so I started brewing again after a 15-year hiatus, supplying my community, so to say. Well, it really irked this guy that people would trade me things for my wines and meads. It also really drove him nuts that I knew how to malt and basically make beer from feed grain. No homebrew supply shops within 2,000 miles. So, at every opportunity, he was just piss insults on my wine. And yes, it was a simple country wine, but well crafted using local fruits. Clear, balanced, strong, but patooey is what we used to call it at home. His wife would back him up. I always thought this was strange because I was delivering trunk loads of wine to my friends and people would hardly ever touch his wine at parties. Anyway, we were having a sampling night, which is how I met most of my people. And in front of the whole room full of people, he pisses insults over this wine I'd poured. Well, I said, you made that one. I didn't want to make you feel left out. I would just run away and hide. How do you not know how your own wine tastes, dummy? I left my ex and took his PlayStation. This has happened almost 10 years ago, but is still one of my pettiest victories to this day. I back then 19 left my abusive ex almost overnight, after 4 years. It wasn't really a nasty breakup, but the relationship was the worst I had ever experienced. I did not make a scene, I just left and moved 600 kilometers while he was at work. I was safe, I was fine. One random day, a few weeks later, I had received an email, a confirmation for some PlayStation game. I did not own a PlayStation and was actually confused for a few seconds, until it hit me. He had used my email address for his account. dumb. Why would you use your girlfriend's email address for something that you care about? I had no idea for how long, but I knew it wouldn't continue. At the bottom of the mail was something along the lines of, "This wasn't you, click here." And I sure did. 2 clicks later, they thanked me for letting them know of this possible fraud and had blocked everything that had to do with my account. I had blocked my ex, but I kind of got a hint that he was not amused at all when his best friend wrote me a really nice message saying that everything he ever bought, which was a lot, is gone and all his progress in any game got deleted and he would need to verify his ID with PlayStation in order to get a new account, and what a terrible, terrible human I am. And I still smile every time I think about it. Okay, so where was this when his best friend was abusive? Did he tell his best friend to be a better person? What a terrible human being they are? Did they? Right? But they didn't. So you're going to call someone else out for a behavior that you don't like, but you're not going to call out your own friend. The double standards, seriously. And that's what he gets, because he should just learn, right? Just use your own email. If you care about your own things, use your email. Be more responsible. Then this wouldn't have happened. Oh well, there's a lesson learned. Complain about dinner, you cook the next one. Growing up pretty poor, think food stamps, hand-me-downs from neighbours, and regular power, water, phone shutoffs for no payment, we had a strict clean your plate rule for meals. Dinner was what it was. Liver and onions, hate green peppers, suck it up. Mum got tired of kids complaining about dinner we didn't like, so she established the you complain, you cook rule. It didn't curb the dislikes, but we were less likely to get mouthy about it. Kids being kids, we all ended up saying something not appreciated by mum and had to cook dinner the next night. Fair enough. Lessons were learned. Dinners by the kids were cooked. I was 19 when I moved in with my fiance's family. I had my fiance's room and he had the sofa. No hanky-panky. Pretty conservative family scene. Dad worked, mum stayed home. Dad did the outside chores and mum did the inside stuff. You get the picture. One night, mum made something that dad didn't like. He got loud and sort of in her face about it. I'd be struggling with her his versus her roles and shared that I had grown up with an interesting rule about dinners, that the person who complains cooks next. He laughed, she laughed. My fiance wasn't sure where this was going. I dug in. No, really, you hurt her feelings. What are you cooking tomorrow? Mum, new to the pushback, was surprised. Dad was too. He hemmed, he hawed. He found himself backed into a corner and to save face, gave in. Dad-in-law makes a pretty kick in chili, y'all. He ended up cooking. Good. Seriously. The mother-in-law has to love her daughter-in-law for this. Seriously. Like, she must be the mother-in-law's favorite person right now, because she stood up for her, and that's just what someone needs. You just need to have someone stick up for you sometimes. This rule is actually the best. Like, it works. Like, yeah, if you're gonna complain about dinner, then cook for yourself. Like, make the food to your own liking then. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoy. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are, and as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!